We all know Subway is a huge chain of sandwich restaurants. In fact, they have over 32,000 locations worldwide, but that's not the only big thing about them. In addition to their 6-inch and foot-longs, they will make you a sub, ready for this, as long as you want it.
Take a look at this freshly made 6-foot sub, big enough to feed a crowd of 20 to 25 people, or a hungry basketball team. Subway has been making sandwiches since 1965 and now has 32,000 stores around the world. Incredibly, they sell more than 2,800 sandwiches and salads every minute, including 400,000 giant subs every year.
The longest sub that I've ever made is 24 feet, but one of the longest subs that we've had in Subway was over 400 feet long.
The key to making such huge sandwiches is the braided bread, which each store makes fresh every day. The bread dough comes from one of 18 bread plants around the world, making more than 1.8 billion loaves a year.
If you take that, bake them up, and put them end to end, we could go around the earth over 45 times.
To make the bread, workers weigh all the ingredients and put them into huge mixers. Each batch tips the scales at 1,500 pounds. The dough drops onto a bread line. Machines flatten the dough, trim it into squares, and roll it into breadsticks that are immediately frozen.
So we call them sticks. They're a loaf of bread that will be shipped to the restaurants and proofed and baked fresh every day.
Once they're in individual stores, the loaves are thawed and braided to create the bread for a giant sub. Once the bread rises or proofs, it goes into the oven to bake. When it's cool, a worker trims the top and tail of each loaf and fits them together. Then, the process turns into an assembly line. They use over 6 pounds of meats and cheese, plus all the fresh ingredients they chopped earlier.
We have fresh lettuce, tomatoes, cucumbers, peppers, onions. The best thing about them is they're totally customizable.
So the next time you work up a mighty appetite, just know there is a sandwich you can special order that's big enough to quench your hunger, and then some.
There's nothing else like a giant sub in all of the world.